Are you a Renaissance man? I don't think you are. And you want to know why? Because you don't live in the 1600s. But if you are a Renaissance man in today's world, then you're probably someone who's a jack of all trades, master of none. So, yesterday, I was enlightened by one of my friends about the concept of the Renaissance man, which I had no idea about. And apparently, it's someone who's basically a jack of all trades, master of none. They're skilled at whatever random bullshit, everything, all different categories of life, blah blah blah. But they're not really exceptional, like top five, top 1% at any one of those skills. And we can compare that to one trick pony, good at one thing and ass at everything else, but they're so good at that one thing that it doesn't really matter, right? And I was thinking about those two dichotomies of the Renaissance man and the one trick pony. And I was thinking, well, which one is better? Do you want to be a Renaissance man or do you want to be a one trick pony? And just off my guessing of what I think everyone in the world thinks, just like majority wise, I think a lot of people would say that the one trick pony is better than the Renaissance man, because a lot of people are like, well, if you're not exceptional at one thing, then how can you be the most successful in that field, right? If you're a one trick pony in, I don't know, like fucking flipping burgers, right, at McDonald's, you'll be the best McDonald's burger flipper, right? But that can lead to so many different things. That could lead to you making your own burger flipping business where you make your own restaurant. I don't fucking know. You could also be the best, at like sales. So you're able to talk to people and be like, yo, I don't know. I need to learn sales. But just as an example, like you're a good salesperson, top 1%, and you're able to sell cars, real estate, whatever the hell, and then that leads you to become hella rich off commission, and then that leads to blah blah blah. But if you're a Renaissance man, maybe you're not that great at sales, and you'll just be an average Joe at sales who's still there after like 15-20 years and doing whatever, right? That's like the one trick pony perspective. Like you gotta be great at something, so you can be so exceptional at it that it like fills your bucket, and then you can do whatever whatever you want, and fill whatever other categories that you're not exceptional at. In fact, you're ass at them because you cared so much about that one thing. On the other hand, we have the Renaissance man who's so good at so many different things, but he's not like amazing, like top 1%, right? Like he's good at sports. He can play ball. He can code. He can sing, he can dance, he can make YouTube videos. I'm not talking about myself here, but he's just good, right? And the perspective of that is that, like, you just want as many experiences as you can because you don't know which ones will serve you. If you're a one trick pony at, sales, not even sales, like if you're a one trick pony at flipping burgers, and then suddenly there's a robot that can flip burgers, you're out. You're done because you're ass at everything else. Whereas if you're a Renaissance man and you're flipping burgers, you're good at so many other things. So that once a robot comes, you're like, I see you. I'm gonna just start rapping. I'm gonna make a career off rapping. Because I'm great at everything. Because I'm a Renaissance man. I'm not a perfect, but I'm great. So I can just manage and switch up my style whenever I please. Because, you can't really predict like what's going to happen in the future. Your one trick might fall off and then you're like, well, I got to find another one trick. Whereas if you're a Renaissance man, you can bounce back pretty easily. So which one is, good? Which one's better? I can't really say. I'd say the easiest solution is be a mix and be perfect at everything, but obviously that's not realistic. But I think just keeping your eyes out for whatever you think is gonna be your one trick pony type of skill, and then still having those other skills where you might be a little bit worse if you were a Renaissance man. Like, you might not be good, but you're not ass. So you gotta have a hybrid. And obviously this concept seems really like ridiculous. Like, I don't care about being a Renaissance man. I don't care about being a one trick pony. Why should I care about any of this, right? And the truth is, I have no idea. Because I learned about this yesterday. But I think that it's important to think about the skills that you have. Because at the end of the day, if you want to make money in this world, you got to have skills. You got to take advantage of your skills and use them to make money, because money is value, and you got to provide value, and you provide value through your skills. You can't provide value with things that you're bad at. You can't provide skills. You can't provide value as like a salesperson if you're ass at talking to people and you can't talk and communicate, right? Same way you can't provide value as a software engineer if you don't even know how to code hello world. You don't even know how the print command works. So you just gotta look at your skills, look at what you're good at, look at what you want to be good at, look at what you have to be good at in order to succeed. Maybe you chosen a career path and you're like, oh, well, I gotta stick to this because this has been so a while. So you gotta figure out what skills you need, what skills you have, what skills you gotta develop, and all of that, and then decide whether you want to focus on one skill and be amazing at it and then move on to the next, or whether you want to build all of them up, right? Because there's pros and cons to each side, right? You could be great at one thing and you can propel yourself to like, endless heights and be so rich and so, good at that one thing. But if that one thing flops, then you're cooked. Whereas if you had those other things, then if one falls off, then you're so fine, right? But on the other hand, if you're slowly climbing with like different skills, you could be mid, and it's hard to divide your energy amongst all of these things, right? You're just gonna be mid, because 25% of your energy is in each of these four things. Whereas if you have one thing, you have 100% of your energy here. So you got to figure that out yourself. And I'm just putting it out there so you can actually think about it before it's too late. And then you're like, well, I just got fired from my job and I don't know what to do because I only know how to do that one thing and nobody else is hiring. So what do I do? So you just got to think about that. Think about your skills. And I'll see you in the next Yap session.